to my 12 Days of Christmas travel tales, and today is the third day, and it means there's a new story. And today I'm going to tell you all about, a little bit, not all about, New Zealand, because I went to Wellington for one particular reason. That's to fangirl about one of my favorite TV series, which is The Tribe. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was massive in the 90s, especially in Germany, and it's about an apocalyptic world in which there's just kids. All the adults have been eradicated and they try to make sense of the world and try not to kill themselves, and it's a bit weird, but they all have amazing makeup and styles and weird costumes, which is why I absolutely love it. And so when I went to Wellington, I hunted down all of the cool locations, and one of them I really wanted to see, and turns out it's a real thing. In the series, it was an observatory on top of a mountain, and it took them an entire season to find it and go there, but I don't think I would need that much time when I was there. So I did a little research, and turns out there is a Hawkins Center just a little bit north of Wellington, which is where I was supposed to go. So yay me! And that's where the trouble started, because it turns out I could have just easily taken a bus to the nearby hiking trails, which turned out to be quite popular. Really, a lot of people just go there for fun. I did my research. I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I had all of the random Google Maps screenshots and some really weirdly written down directions, and I thought that was enough, because let's face it, I was a rookie when it came to travel, and now I know how to do this better. Not necessarily actually do it better, but I know how to do it better. Anyway, so I started off with my little backpack. I went to a couple of parks which I had to go through. There was a memorial, and there was Prince of Wales's Park, and then I ended up in Brooklyn, which I didn't even know was a thing. It was a district north of Wellington, but yeah, the little area full of suburbs, and I tried to kind of get across it to get to that mountain, because I knew it was there, but nobody knew what I was talking about when I tried to ask for directions. So I figured, well, I spotted a library, so they might know more, because libraries are hubs of knowledge and wisdom, right? Well, not so much. I went there, and they also didn't know how to tell me anything, and also they didn't know how to Google it. So I had to instruct them on using a computer and Google search, and not using that typing method. I sped it up a little bit by doing it myself, and the librarian was hella confused by me talking about Hawkins Hill and the station up there. So I informed her about local geography a little bit, and then I just went off. Made my way through more suburbs and onto the main road. Giant trucks were passing me as I was walking in the ditches. Buses were honking at me, because obviously they thought I should use their services, which I should have, but I didn't. I kept trudging on because I'm stubborn, and I passed some weird yards where there were like metal structures in different kind of shapes and forms. Some were ants, some were giant swords. One of them looked like Arthur's sword, so I tried to pull it, but it didn't come off, obviously. Damn it. Still not gonna be keen. And then I ended up on some wood shopping area where they and then I took the wrong turn, and I ended up in an area where they were falling down trees, so that was a bit dangerous, and so I just quickly went back and finally found a path to the hiking trails. There was an entire map saying which difficulty was which path, and it was also written down where the observatory was, where I was wanting to go, which is amazing. So somebody knew. Someone who made that map must have known that that's there. And so I tried to get up the mountain, but by then I was already super exhausted. I think it was already like 90 minutes into my walk, and I was terribly out of shape. And now I had to go up a mountain. Turns out if you go up the mountain, there's like ridges which have amazing views, and they're super beautiful, and you should try to do these hikes, but also you shouldn't be afraid of heights, and you shouldn't go on a windy day. Which, you know, I went on a terribly windy day. I could barely stand up straight. I ducked down a lot to just escape the winds and not be blown off, because I was already weak, because I didn't pack enough snacks, I didn't pack enough water. Like I said, I was a rookie, but I found it, and of course I did my little fan dance, and to celebrate that series, right, because I still knew the choreography for some reason, but then it turns out it was already close to sunset. I had wasted like an entire day getting there, and I had to get back again, which was a bit scary. I knew there was a windmill nearby where I would be able to go back down to Brooklyn and then go down to Wellington again. So I just walked there. It turns out it's also a super popular like hangout place. People go there with their cars, they have a picnic, they chill out, and then they just leave. But they don't walk like I did. So again, I had to walk past all of the cars who were heading home, trying not to get killed, and I ended up in the suburb and got lost. I saw Wellington in the distance, and it looked so damn far away, and the sun was already terribly close to the horizon. So I asked the local, like, what's the quickest way? Is there anything I can do to speed it up? And so she guided me to her favorite trail, which turned out to be a motorbike trail, and it was very active during that time. So again, I had to dodge all the motorbikes, and everything was muddy and terribly dirty from all of the rain. So on top of not being crushed by a bike, I also had to take care of not being crushed by slipping in the mud and falling down the slope. Yay, good times. I was so happy when I finally touched concrete again. In Wellington, I still had like a 40-minute walk back to my hostel, but at least I was back somewhere where I could hail a taxi if I wanted to. Not that I would have, because I was a broke backpacker, but it was good to know that I could have. So yeah, I don't know, this is like one of the weird things where I do crazy stuff for fandom purposes. I don't know if you ever had anything like it where you're like so majorly obsessed with a TV series, a book, or any character that you recreated, places that you went to, the filming locations that you dressed up, or something like I do with, you know, Harry Potter regularly when I go to England. I've got videos, you should check them out. Yeah, I don't know, but let me know in the comments, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and stick around for the next video in 2 days. There's going to be another story leading up into Christmas, and you should check out the playlist. And also I have a book if you want to read more about my weird travel stories, because there's so many things, and I filled up an entire book with just New Zealand and Australia because that was plenty. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon, or I'll see you around next week, right? For more travel stories. Until then, stay travel-tastic, and bye!